All right. Hi, welcome to Lower Body Blast. We're gonna get started today. My name is Matt. Go ahead and start jogging in place. A nice low jog to start, just getting our body moving, getting the blood moving from our legs up to our body, out to our limbs, our hands, even our head. Go a little higher now with a high knee jog, bringing up those knees. If you need to, just do a nice step. If you have people underneath you or you don't want to put too much pressure on your joints, we'll do a few more seconds. We have just a simple workout today, 2 sets of exercises, just 1 set of dumbbells, 1 mat for the second set. Our first set is fast. And we're going to go into some arm circles. We are using our upper body to hold the dumbbells, so we need to do a little bit of warm up for the upper body. Go ahead and open up those arms. Big circles all the way around. And then other direction. Getting the shoulders going. Deep breaths as you start to warm up. Big circles all the way around. Go ahead and go into a twist. Side to side, a little wider with your legs. Our first set of exercises, I'm actually going to go demonstrate the first one right after these twists. I encourage you all to come with me and just learn how to move with this lunged knee drive in a second. A little wider with that. Twist. Our second exercise is mountain climbers. I'm sure you've all seen that one, but I will show it before we go into it. So the first exercise, lunge to knee drive. You lunge back, and then you lift the leg up and drive that knee. It's all about speed for this first section. So not a deep lunge when you go back, and then up and out. But I do want you to do that little twist I just did. Back and twist. For the second and third set, holding a dumbbell, back, twist over that knee. You don't have to hold at the top. Try to make it a quick drive and back. Go as low as you feel comfortable. So if you want to go high and do a quick bounce, that's fine. That's great. That's what this first section is all about. But if you do want to do more of a low and up, that's okay too. A little more strength through the quadricep, a little more of a full body, full movement. But speed is the name of the game here. So keeping that in mind, mountain climbers, on your hands, driving those knees again. But we're doing core work. And if you want to add in just a little more of a strength movement, after the knee drive, you extend out and up, and then switch. Out and up, switch, out and up. So it's a little slower and a little more of a strength based than the quick mountain climber. That's our first set. Get some water, make sure you have enough space to move around. And we'll get going as soon as I get my timer for the first set. Again, no weight, just let yourself figure out the movement. Over the knee, over the knee, over the knee, over the knee. One side for 45 seconds, other side for 45 seconds, and then mountain climbers for 45 seconds. I've got my timer. You're set to go. We're going in 3, 2, 1. 45 seconds. Lunging back, going over the knee, tapping down, a little bounce at the bottom, letting your toe in the ball of your foot absorb the contact with the ground. That makes it more of a plyometric movement when you're bouncing, but with control. You're using your body's kinetic energy to explode up, out of the movement. That one leg that's on the ground, that's the one doing the work. But this other leg does get some action. We have 5 more seconds. Try to do 2 more. 1 more. Shake it out. 10 seconds to shake it out. We'll go to the other side. Shake up the legs. On the other side. Here we go. Over the knee, over the knee. As you start to get used to it, go a little faster, go a little lower. Try to make it an explosion up as you go up. Still want to be doing a good lunge. My knees staying over my toe. Try to get that weight in the glute and quadricep. Keep your head forward. It helps you keep balance. You don't need to be looking side to side as we do this exercise. About 10 more seconds. Down and up. It's okay to lean forward a little bit as we do this lunge. Keep it going. Shake it out. We're going down to the ground. Hands. If you want to be on a lighter for your hands, you can do this on the wall as well. But hands on the ground, mountain climbers. I like to do a little tap as I touch the top part. That's just me. But if you're going fast, you're doing it right. If you're on the wall, keep your shoulders back, still driving those legs up. The lower you go on the wall, the more it's going to be a core exercise, but it is hitting your shoulders more. If you're on the ground, it's more of a chest exercise. Again, shoulders are back, but pushing down into the ground. You heard the knock, that's 10 seconds left. 2, 1. All right. Second set, one weight in both hands. So you can grab the edges or you can grab hand over hand. And as you go back, over the knee, over the knee. Adding extra weight to a speed movement is an exponential addition. So it's more than you think it is. So let yourself figure out how your body moves with the new weight, going slow through the motion. And then as you figure it out a little more, you can go a little faster. Get that twist going. Get the obliques, oblique abs working hard. Breathe into your tummy, breathe into your stomach. Exhale through your mouth, big breaths. Give yourself a chance to recover. Check out the shoulders. Shake out that leg. Going to the other side. Ready? Here we go. Over the leg, over the knee. Your first few, you're just figuring out where your positions are, that bottom position and that top position. And then you're going a little faster and a little faster. Good job. Keep the abs engaged. The obliques are working hard. You lose your balance, just reset. Keep going. Keep that weight in the front heel. That's your powerhouse. That's going to help get the glutes going. That's going to help everything else. Good job. Get those last few knee drives in. And shake it out for a sec. Second set of mountain climbers. If you want to try that other version where you extend the hip up after the knee drive, you can do that here. Standing up, and you go a little higher with your body as you extend. Kind of a pike exercise where you lift the hips up and down. Deep breaths as you go. Make sure you have enough space behind you as you go. You heard the bell. You got this. Get one more, make it even on both sides. And rest. Last one, your choice of weights or no weights. Another variation if you're doing no weight is to go up on your toe. So you go back and then up, high on that toe. So it's an even higher knee drive. Down and up. I'm using my hands to help me balance here because it is a lot harder to balance on a toe, just a single leg. Up. Oh, can't really see from that angle, but I am trying to go up onto my toe. It's more of a catch as you hit the ground. Up and catch. Big breaths. Keep going. You've got 10 seconds before the other side. You're doing that toe up. It is a lot more of a jump. So get yourself ready, and here you go. Up. Don't be afraid to let your body catch itself and move the way you would normally. But ideally, you're on that heel, up, on the toe. Good job. Another 15 seconds. You guys got this. Keep it up. Five more seconds. Try to finish this last few. The last one. Okay. Last mountain climber. Last exercise of the speed section. Make it your best one. Here we go. Tap, tap. Keep it quick. High movement, fast movement. Gets your blood rate going. And it gets a lot of benefit. Not just to your muscles, but to the cells of your body. The mitochondria. You get more mitochondria in each cell when you do this high intensity workout. 5 more seconds. Can you do 5 more taps? Okay. Give yourself a chance to recover. Shake it out. You are using the mat for the second set. We also have one exercise where you're standing up. So find some space for your mat. That will have to do. Our second exercise, I'm gonna have to show it at a few angles because you might not be able to see me the whole time. I'll do the first one here so you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm gonna go adjust the camera. So, deadlift with a toe tap. I have both weights in both my hands. Deadlift down, and the toe taps are at the bottom. Tap, tap. Yes, I'm going that far back, and then back up. Leaning down, straight back, holding one side, other side, and up. Take your time on this one. We're doing 50 seconds, 5-0, for that whole set. So this is what you get for the front angle here. Leaning down, I'm keeping my feet pretty close together actually, and that's gonna help me stabilize as I do that toe tap. And back up. Going down, tap, weights on my heel as I tap, and come back up. 50 seconds. Try to alternate which side you go back with on each rep. So that's there. And I will put that here. And then our second exercise, where you get the camera angle. There we go. Second exercise, bicycle, lean back. So if you're leaning back with the bicycle, keep your back straight, bicycling here. And don't be afraid to use your hands and shoulders are back. You'll get some back engagement here, but you'll still get some legs. I mean, you'll still get some abs. That's what this is all about, right? Getting those abs. So let yourself use your hands to help you lean back farther than you're comfortable with. If you just do here, you're likely to be up higher than I would want you to be. So use your hands to help keep that back straight. And then you can also alternate hands up and down. There's many variations you can do. Holding down for a few, trying to go up as long as you can, and then resetting. And then the last exercise, the bird dog. But I have one variation, underhand. We're doing underhand. It's a lot harder on that shoulder to do. It's not harder on the shoulder. It's actually good for the shoulder. But underhand, lift, up, and out. Really try to get high with the hand this time. A lot of times I say go for length, especially if you're in my Pilates class. I always say go for length, go for length. But this time it is going for height for the underhand, because this is my hard hand on this side. It's very hard to get underhand up even to your head height, unless you're bending your hand. So don't bend your elbow. So going out, up, and back down, switching sides again. 50 seconds, 5-0. 10 seconds to switch. And we will finish strong today. So you're starting with the deadlifts and the toe taps. Get your weights. I'll get the timer. We're going for another 9 minutes almost. And then we have some minutes, some time for a stretch. All right, here we go. Get your weights, get yourself set up, keep your back straight, shoulders stay back. 3, 2, 1. 50 seconds. Nice clean deadlifts down, shoulders back. I'm doing right and then left. Coming back up. Try to get low, those hips go back. Left, right. Coming back up. Slow on the way down. We're not doing the speed section anymore. It's all about endurance, control, and strength. Left, right. For those deadlifts, keep the shoulder blades back. Get the hips going first. You're sticking your butt out. You're thinking about trying to find a seat that is not there, but you're trying to sit back on your back. Try to make it even on both sides. Give yourself time to make it even on both sides before you go to the ground for the lean back bicycles. Ready? Lean back. I'm going to start with my hands here and bicycling, keeping my back straight. Hands going higher, a little easier on my core, but also I can lean back farther. I can also sit up a little higher, bring the hands in a little bit, or go no hands. See how long you can go without hands, and then put them down for a few extra seconds. Shoulders stay back. Good job. 50 seconds is a long time. If you need to just stop for a second and recover, that's okay too. But try to finish these 10 seconds. Smaller bicycles, higher bicycles, lots of variations. Flip it over. Bird dog. Underhand. Here you go. Opposite arm, opposite leg, reach out. Underhand tries to reach up. And back down. I want to exhale as I lift. Inhale as I come back down. The abs are still engaged here. It's still a semi-plank. You are on your hands and knees, but the abs have to be engaged in order to keep your torso engaged. Make sure you're not wobbling side to side. Good job. Make it even on both sides before you finish. And then we'll go back to the deadlifts. Changing it up, 3 taps. So left, right, left on this next exercise. Right, left, right. So still doing a good deadlift down, holding for a tap, tap, and then an extra tap. And then coming back up, going back down, tap, 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 coming back up. Keep going, sinking back down. Try to go a little lower as we're here. 3 taps, and back up. Again, tap, tap, shoulders stay back, tap, and back up. Squeeze your glutes. You're using them. They're working hard. Back up. Try to get to 1 more. Make it even on both sides. Back down. Another variation for the bicycle is obviously on your back. This does take the pressure out of your spine so much, so you can focus more on the abs, and still at your side, going a little lower with your legs. Try to keep your abs engaged. But of course, if you have biomechanics that allow you to do so, try to do the lean back. Hands forward is a little easier. So is bracing your hands down. But really try to engage your back as you're holding yourself here, making it a full body workout. Not just your legs, not just your abs, but your back and your head. Everything's working hard to hold that position. Good job. Get a few more in. And onto the bird dog exercise. Do 2 on each side before you switch. Adding in that extra 1. So it's up, down, touch, up, and switch. Up, down, touch, up, and switch. Good. Keep your chin tucked. Your neck is low. You're still in a good posture when you're here. And you're just looking at the ground. You don't want to crane your neck when you're sitting or standing. You don't want to crane your neck when you're leaning over. Good job. Make sure you make it even on both sides. We have our last set coming up. Going back to the deadlifts. If you need to get some water, now's a good time. Then jump in on those deadlifts. 3 taps again, 3 taps. A little faster for me to catch up. Taps through taps. And then coming back up. Going down, tap, 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 back up. Really sneaking back my weights right around my knees. Feeling the weight in my hips, in my glutes. Good job. 10 more seconds. I'm just going to do doubles for these last 2 to make it even. And then we're on to the bicycles. 2 more exercises. We're almost there. Your choice for this last bicycle. Whatever feels best for you. It's probably doing the right thing if it feels right. So do the one that feels best for you. This would be the Pilates version here where I'm pressing my torso into the ground and keeping my head up. Putting the weight in my core, through my center. I'm really trying to keep the weight in that mid-range of my body. Deep breaths as you go. You can do a big bicycle, you can do a small bicycle. Deep breaths for the 2, 4, 1. Last exercise, bird dog. On your hands and knees. Ready? Don't forget about your legs. This is another glute exercise. Just make sure you're really squeezing the glutes as you come up. We're doing doubles again. 2 up and down, and then switch. Think about those glutes, getting them engaged on that lift. Deep breaths, squeeze, and down, and up, and down. Good. Almost there. Deep breaths, keep your posture, abs engaged, chin is tucked in. 10 more seconds of this workout today. rest. If you want an extra challenge for your upper body, I know this is lower body class, but since we were talking about that underhand lift, the challenge here is doing it from child's pose. So on your knees, hands over your head, that's child's pose. Lift your hand, if it's underhand, off the mat. And for this one, even keep your head on the ground too, because that'll make it harder to get off the mat. When I first did this exercise, I wasn't able to get my left hand off. So if you're like that, it's just, sometimes it happens. It's one of the muscles that gets out of place in our normal lives. So get your head on the ground, try to lift your hand, underhand, off like 1 inch off the mat. It's harder than it looks. We'll do a glute stretch to start, because we hit the glutes a lot today. So heel on your knee, pull it to your chest, cross it over your body. Deep breaths. I'll show the other side as well. Pull it to the chest, cross it over. You'll feel that right down, right below my orange stripe here. Try to do deep breaths. If you've done this stretch a lot, 7 deep breaths. If you've never done this stretch before, 5 deep breaths. Switch when you're ready. I want to make sure I get the important stretches today, so we're going straight to the hip flexor stretch. On one knee, other leg is out. I'm squeezing my glute a little bit to help myself get in position. This back of my body, squeeze, twist. I feel the quadricep a lot on this stretch, but I also can feel it up into that hip flexor area as well. Doing a twist, you can also add in a little bit of upper body stretch, holding the wrist, going over the body. And then leaning into it. So I'm leaning back. Let me get a different angle here. Leaning back. Let me try that again. For the other side, if you're already going to it, squeeze, there we go, up and twist. That's a little better. So you can see I'm leaning back. I'm feeling it down the side. You can't see, but it's all about getting that extension through the body. It's basically the opposite of what we do normally on our computers. So it's a good one to stay at for a little longer, especially if you haven't done it a lot before. For our calves, one I like to do is from one knee, leg goes back, and I rest into that calf stretch. You do need a more sticky shoe than I have apparently, because you need some friction to help push against your body. Another variation that does that same kind of move is a downward dog, which is a little easier for me right now. You can also, if you have a wall, do a similar movement, similar stretch. A little bit of that lunge, pushing back, going as low as you need to get a stretch here. Lowering the hip gets the stretch. When you have your heel a little bit off the ground, that means you're getting the calf stretch. It also gets a little bit of that hip flexor as well. So a little of a double dip. Last stretch, we didn't hit the hamstrings yet. So the seated version is obviously a good one. You can do a standing, just have your leg out slightly, hips go back, keep your back straight. You don't need to reach with your upper body to get the lower body stretched. So I like to rest on this front leg with my hands to get that stretch. Pretty easy to do. Kick your heel out, sink the hips back. This leg is doing the work to hold you up. This leg's getting a stretch. Let's do a little bit of the groin. This one is another outside of the hip stretch, cross leg. And I think that we are running out of time. So hope you all had a great workout today. And I hope to see you all next week.